Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishita, and first up, the dreaded dengue seems to have returned to haunt Bengaluru. A 12-year-old girl identified as Deepika has succumbed to the dengue fever today. She was a resident of Kadirenapalya Porakarmika colony. Yesterday, 68-year-old Ravanaya succumbed to the dengue disease as well. The cases were reported from MS Ramaya Hospital. The family member is inconsolable. Let's not forget that dengue has returned this time around because of the incessant rainfall. Dengue mosquito breeds in fresh water and rainfall, and the small puddles of water around our houses prove to be the perfect breeding ground for these mosquitoes. My colleague Nolan joins us with all the latest updates. Well, Nolan, what more can you tell us?
Well, it's pretty interesting, Nishita, because cases of dengue has once more come out there. We are getting to hear of number of cases. In fact, certain hospitals are saying that there have been 300 confirmed cases. For example, Baptist Hospital, the numbers they are giving is about 20 confirmed cases. Inpatients, they get about 30 outpatients on a daily basis. Manipal Hospital is also confirmed about 80 odd such outpatients on a daily basis. So while all this is happening, the BBMP is just closing their eyes as usual, turning a blind eye. In fact, one of their officials, Dr. M.N. Lokesh, health officer for South Zone, has very clearly stated that there is no outbreak of dengue, the dreaded dengue. However, like you were talking about a particular girl, now this 12-year-old girl, Deepika, she was admitted to the hospital depot yesterday. She breathed her last at around 11:12 yesterday morning. Now, she too had the same problems, the symptoms which are normally associated with dengue: high fever, rashes, acute body pain. Now, this is what it is. Another particular case of a man aged about 67, 68. He too passed away. He was suffering from high fever for the past 1 week. He was brought back home, and suddenly, all of a sudden, last night he had a temperature once more, and in the morning, somewhere middle of the night in the morning, he passed away. So cases are coming up, confirmed cases. The deaths now, these two are the only ones. The BBMP is not yet stating that these are confirmed dengue cases, but the private hospitals where they were taken, they state that these are in fact dengue cases. So the need of the hour now is, apart from everything else, the BBMP needs to go about with fogging. Two, they need to go about with informing people as to what's to be done. Remember, dengue, the mosquitoes do not breed in dirty water. It actually breeds in clean water. Again, the need of the hour is to see to it that water is not stagnating anywhere. It's raining. We are really happy that the monsoons have actually set in, and it's actually pouring in different parts of Karnataka and Bengaluru as well. What they need to do is to see that water does not stagnate in your pots, your vessels, where you store water. That is what the BBMP needs to educate the people now.
Right, absolutely. And also we understand that last year, when the same dengue menace had cropped up in the city, we had seen the BBMP go on a sanitation drive, also going on to tell people how they should keep clean and not let puddles of water form. But this time around, do we see the BBMP making any such effort?
Nishita, what happens normally with every government agency or department or anything, they always procrastinate. There's all this apathy over there. Wait till the end, wait till something gets bad, wait till it becomes an epidemic, and then start running all of a sudden haphazard. Oh my God, something has happened over there. Why didn't we do anything about it? And the same thing is happening over here. Cases have started. In fact, we have the numbers over here. I have statistics which say that in this particular year itself, from January to July 9th, 665 positive cases were recorded. So it has been there. It's not disappeared. People have been suffering. But remember, that's the lean season. It was summer. You had few days of rainfall in the month of January, February, and March. Before March, I beg your pardon. So now is when things will actually go up. The number of cases have already increased, but nothing much is being done by the BBMP. They need to buck up. They need to pull up their socks and go about informing people, schools, through education institutions, to the media, various sorts of mediums, Twitter, through Facebook. I mean, anywhere. They need to inform people as to what's to be done to keep themselves safe.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Nolan. Well, there we have it, the dengue menace looming its ugly head over Bengaluru once again, and this time around 2 victims have already fallen prey and have lost their lives. And well, in a major setback to Nityananda's, the single division bench of the High Court quashed the Godman's petition. Nityananda had filed a petition in the High Court seeking quashing of the medical test to determine his potency. Nityananda had filed a criminal petition seeking quashing on The 20th of June, Ramnagara District Court had ordered that his potency be tested. The godman is facing charges of rape and criminal intimidation levelled against him in the year 2010 after a video footage surfaced of the self-styled godman in a compromising position with an actress. The major setback for the self-proclaimed godman there, a single bench of the High Court has rejected his petition and has gone on to direct the police officials to carry out the potency test during investigations in connection to the sex tape case, as well as an issue pertaining to rape allegations against Nityananda. The godman had gone on to claim that he is impotent and hence he cannot be held guilty of raping anyone. However, the officials have not been able to prove whether his statement is true or false, and the Ramnagara court had ordered for his potency test to be carried out, against which he had filed a petition in the High Court, and now a single bench of the High Court has also gone on to state that the police officials should carry out the potency test. Welcome back. Well, Jayalalitha today slammed the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association during the assembly session. The Tamil Nadu CM criticized the dhoti ban in the club. Jayalalitha also threatened to cancel the license of the club if they did not roll back this particular ban. She said that the dhoti ban is against the dhoti culture and termed the incident as unfortunate. The Tamil Nadu government has stepped in after the row over a Madras High Court judge and two advocates being refused entry into the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association club for wearing dhotis. Chief Minister Jayalalitha has said that she will not hesitate to cancel licenses of the clubs who indulge in such acts. She made a statement in the State Assembly saying the act is against the Tamil culture and tradition. She even went on to say that such an incident taking place 67 years after independence is unfortunate. Calling the ban sartorial despotism, Jaya has sought an explanation from the TNCA club. She also said that her government will enact a law to end ban on dhoti in private clubs. The law is likely to be passed in current session of Assembly itself. Madras High Court Judge Justice D. Hariparatanam was denied entry into the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association club recently for wearing a dhoti. And well, Baba Ramdev is among thousands of pilgrims stuck in Gangotri as the road to Uttarakshi has caved in at many places amid heavy rains in Uttarakhand. Ramdev is stuck with around 400 students. He had gone ahead with the program despite an alert issued by the Met Department of Uttarakhand. The Uttarakhand DGP said that if anything were to happen to the children who went to Gangotri with Baba Ramdev, then legal action will be initiated against the Yoga Guru. The Uttarakhand government has halted the Kedarnath Yatra from the 16th to the 18th following heavy rains that has stopped the road to Uttarakashi. But despite the warning, despite the government being very, very clear that tourists should not head to the pilgrimage center, Baba Ramdev has not only put his life at risk but has also put the lives of 400 other students at risk. We understand that the 400 students are stuck there. So far, no communication has been initiated with them. The government is trying to relieve them from their various stranded spots, but certainly the 400 students' lives are at risk now. This incident comes just a year after hundreds of lives were lost in the cloudburst that took place in Uttarakhand that completely made the entire region inaccessible, and the Air Force had to be involved for rescue operations. Fearing a similar such incident this time around, the Met Department had issued a warning to all pilgrims, but Baba Ramdev has defied this warning and has also put the lives of 400 other students at risk. And well, the Lokayukta today raided corrupt officials in Gulbarga, Bidar and Davangere. Revenue officer Syed Nisar Ahmed's residence of office were raided in Gulbarga. The raid was headed by Raichur SP A.H. Par in Gulbarga. Meanwhile, Panchayat Raj Joint Engineer's residence was raided in Bidar. J.E. Havagi Rav's 3 residences were raided in Bidar. 20 acres of illegal land belonging to Havagi Rav has been seized. The Lokayukta also raided the residence of Zilla Panchayat CEO in Davangere. Himachandra is the Zilla Panchayat CEO of Davangere. His houses at Bengaluru and Davangere have also been seized. Raids are also underway underway at 4 different locations in Bengaluru. Nursing Council Registrar Muni Narayanappa, Truck Terminal EE Prasanna Kumar's residence have also been raided. MD of Karnataka Council of Technological Upgradation also was raided today. And while heavy rains have continued to lash several parts of Karnataka again, the district administration has ordered the closure of all educational institutions for 2 days in Kodagu. Following heavy rainfall in Madikeri and Bhagamandala, which is the catchment area of the Kaveri, there was flooding along the banks of the river downstream. Normal life has been thrown completely out of gear. Meanwhile, in Karwar, the rains have continued to shower its blessings in many places in the coastal Malnad region as well. Honnavar, Kumta, Ankola, Karwar, Sirsi, Siddhapura and Yellapura received day-long drizzle and intermittent heavy rainfall. Patkala, Mungod and Joida received heavy rains, while Haliyal and Sirsi received a drizzle as well. Heavy downpour was continued, in fact, in coastal Karnataka and has been inflicting loss in terms of lives as well as property. Rainwater entered various houses in the coastal districts. All the rivulets and rivers are overflowing and a number of families have been shifted to safer places by the district administration. In Shimoga district, the water level in all major reservoirs has been increased considerably. Well, former US President Bill Clinton is in Jaipur. He took a look at the midday meal program run by the NGO that feeds over 1 million school children every day across the country. Clinton visited a kitchen run by NGO Akshaya Patra in Jaipur's Jagatpura. It is the largest kitchen in North India that feeds almost 1.5 lakh people, including 1.25 lakh school children studying in 1,100 government schools in Jaipur district daily.